Hello, graceful Libra. July 11th, 2026 invites you into a quieter kind of clarity, the kind that doesn't arrive in a single dramatic moment, but slowly reveals itself through choices that finally feel true to who you're becoming. If parts of your life have seemed uncertain or difficult to understand, you may notice that the pieces are beginning to settle into place. Rather than forcing change, you're being encouraged to recognize that some chapters naturally loosen their grip when they've already taught you everything they were meant to teach. What falls away now creates room for a more balanced, honest version of yourself to emerge. This is a meaningful time to focus your energy with care and intention. The spirit of the Eight of Pentacles reminds you that lasting progress is rarely built through sudden leaps, but through consistent attention to the work that reflects your values. Whether you're refining a personal goal, expanding your skills, or strengthening your professional path, every thoughtful decision becomes another stone in the foundation you're quietly building. Trust that patient effort has a way of creating opportunities that are difficult to see until they finally arrive. Your relationships also carry an important message during this period. The symbolism of the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups suggests that genuine connection grows through mutual understanding, honest communication, and a willingness to meet others with openness instead of assumption. A heartfelt conversation, a renewed partnership, or an unexpected collaboration could remind you that balance is not something you achieve alone. The people who truly resonate with your values may become an essential part of the path unfolding before you. At the same time, allow yourself to notice the quiet doubts that still linger beneath the surface. The image of Enid serves as a gentle reminder that courage is often found in acknowledging old fears instead of pretending they no longer exist. Every disappointment you've carried, every season that tested your patience, has added depth to your wisdom rather than diminishing your strength. As you release outdated stories about yourself, you make space for a steadier confidence built on self-awareness instead of perfection. Today invites you to move forward with intention rather than urgency. Celebrate the small signs of progress that others might overlook, because lasting transformation often begins with simple choices, repeated consistently over time. You may discover that the greatest shift isn't something the outside world immediately notices, but the quiet certainty with which you begin investing your energy only where it feels meaningful. Let this unfolding season reveal itself naturally, trusting that each thoughtful step brings you into greater harmony with the life you're creating. As you continue listening, remember that this reading reflects general energetic themes rather than fixed outcomes. Some observations may feel deeply familiar, while others may simply not belong to your present experience. Everyone moves through life in their own rhythm, shaped by different lessons, relationships, and moments of growth. Take what genuinely resonates with your heart and allow your own intuition to guide the meaning these symbols hold for you today. As you continue listening, receive these reflections with a calm and open mind. Let your own intuition decide which ideas truly speak to your present circumstances, because every person's path unfolds in its own unique rhythm. Some parts of today's reading may feel surprisingly familiar, while others may simply belong to another season of your journey, and both experiences are equally valuable. In the moments ahead, we'll gently explore the energies surrounding your relationships, your career and finances, your well-being, and the atmosphere within your family life. Before we move into those areas, I'd like to share a few symbolic details that may feel especially meaningful today. The numbers 11 and 22 may stand out in unexpected ways, whether they appear in conversations, appointments, addresses, or opportunities that invite a second look. Rather than viewing them as guarantees, consider them quiet reminders to stay present and attentive to the choices unfolding around you. The color that best reflects today's energy is soft blue, a gentle shade associated with clear communication, emotional balance, and the ability to find peace even when life feels busy. There is a growing sense that you're entering a season you'll remember, not because everything suddenly became easy, but because something within you became steadier. Others may naturally notice your calm confidence without fully understanding where it comes from. What makes this moment meaningful is not the attention itself, but your growing awareness that this version of you was shaped over time through countless thoughtful decisions, difficult conversations, and moments when you quietly chose growth over comfort. You may also find yourself appreciating the people who walk beside you, even during times when you questioned your own direction. Whether their support came through encouragement, honest advice, or simply their consistent presence, those connections helped shape your path in ways that deserve recognition. For someone who values independence, accepting kindness from others doesn't diminish your strength. Instead, it reflects a deeper kind of wisdom, the understanding that balance is often created through healthy exchange rather than standing alone. Even so, today carries its own subtle challenges. As your confidence becomes more visible, not everyone will celebrate your progress with the same sincerity. Some opinions may arrive disguised as helpful advice while quietly planting seeds of doubt, and you may feel tempted to explain yourself or defend every decision. Instead, notice how much peace becomes available when you no longer feel responsible for convincing everyone to understand your journey. Protecting your energy is sometimes the most graceful response. If your thoughts seem especially active today, treat that energy as something to direct rather than suppress. Refresh your surroundings, return to creative ideas you postponed, care for your body through movement, or spend meaningful time with people who help you feel grounded. Small acts of order often create remarkable clarity within. As your priorities become easier to recognize, you'll naturally begin placing your time, attention, and emotional investment where they truly belong, beginning with your own well-being. The Emperor's symbolism now offers a different kind of invitation, not one of control, but of quiet self-leadership. Looking back at old experiences is no longer about reliving them. It's about understanding how they shaped your values and recognizing that they no longer need to define your future. July 11th encourages thoughtful renewal, reminding you that lasting change often arrives through patient realignment rather than dramatic reinvention. Today's tarot reflects themes of karmic balance, emotional honesty, and personal growth. Keep what resonates and allow the rest to pass without resistance. The Death card stands at the heart of this reading, not as a symbol of loss, but as an image of release. It suggests that something which has quietly completed its purpose is making room for a healthier foundation to emerge. For Libra, this symbolism often points toward relationships, beliefs, or long-standing habits that once created stability but no longer reflect who you're becoming. You may recognize familiar emotional patterns or responsibilities that you continued carrying simply because they once felt necessary. Those experiences have offered valuable lessons, yet holding on to them indefinitely can prevent new possibilities from taking root. As you gently loosen your grip on what has already served its purpose, you create space for greater balance, deeper connection, and a future that feels far more aligned with the person you're continuing to become. Allow today's shifting energy to unfold without trying to control every outcome. What first appears to be an ending may simply be life clearing away what has quietly completed its purpose, creating space for experiences that better reflect who you're becoming. Change doesn't always arrive with certainty, and that's part of its wisdom. As you move through this season, trust that each thoughtful choice brings you closer to a life that feels more balanced, authentic, and deeply your own. The Judgment card now comes forward as an invitation to honest reflection rather than dramatic revelation. It encourages you to look back with compassion, recognizing how past experiences have shaped your values without allowing them to define your future. You may begin to understand why certain relationships, family dynamics, or personal challenges unfolded the way they did. That understanding isn't meant to keep you looking backward. It gently redirects your attention toward the person you're ready to become. For Libra, this symbolism speaks to a quiet calling that often begins within before it becomes visible in the outer world. As someone who naturally seeks harmony, you may find yourself recognizing which commitments still deserve your energy and which ones have become habits rather than meaningful choices. The more honestly you acknowledge your own needs, the more naturally you become a calming influence for the people around you. Renewal doesn't ask you to become someone different. It simply asks you to stop carrying what no longer belongs to you. Justice holds special significance in this reading, offering a reminder that balance is created through patience as much as action. If you've experienced misunderstandings, unequal exchanges, or situations that left you questioning what was fair, this card suggests that clarity is gradually emerging. Some matters may find resolution through important conversations, practical agreements, or simply through your own decision to stop carrying emotional weight that was never yours alone. Rather than forcing outcomes, trust that thoughtful responses often accomplish more than immediate reactions. The world follows with the comforting sense that an important cycle is reaching completion. Instead of rushing toward the next destination, take a moment to recognize how much you've already learned. Patterns that once repeated almost unnoticed may finally begin to lose their influence, particularly in your closest relationships or your personal sense of purpose. New opportunities, meaningful connections, or even travel may naturally appear as this chapter gives way to another, not because everything has suddenly changed, but because you have. The Chariot then shifts the energy from reflection into purposeful movement. Rather than encouraging relentless ambition, it asks you to direct your attention toward what genuinely deserves your commitment. Progress becomes more sustainable when your actions are aligned with your values instead of scattered across too many responsibilities. Even if obstacles appear, your greatest strength today lies in your ability to remain centered while continuing forward one deliberate step at a time. Your physical and emotional well-being deserve the same thoughtful care. You may feel energized and inspired, but enthusiasm is most powerful when balanced with rest, steady routines, and moments of quiet. Pay attention to your breathing, your sleep, and the signals your body offers throughout the day. True vitality isn't measured by how much you accomplish, it grows from the rhythm you create between activity and renewal. Astrologically, today's influences may leave you feeling motivated to accomplish more than usual, while Saturn quietly reminds you that wisdom often appears through moderation. It's perfectly natural to feel inspired, but you don't need to prove your worth by filling every hour with activity. Peace of mind becomes just as valuable as productivity, allowing your decisions to come from clarity rather than pressure. Professionally, the atmosphere appears encouraging, especially for work that depends on collaboration, credibility, and thoughtful communication. Your ability to listen carefully, build trust, and approach challenges with diplomacy may attract positive attention from those in positions of influence. Recognition is less likely to arrive through dramatic moments than through the steady reputation you've built over time. Even if appreciation isn't always expressed openly, your consistency continues to speak for itself, creating opportunities that rest on genuine respect rather than temporary praise. There comes a point when the quality of your work begins to speak more clearly than any explanation ever could, and you may be entering that season now. The reputation you've built through consistency, integrity, and thoughtful effort is gradually opening doors that cannot be forced open through ambition alone. Even if appreciation isn't always expressed directly, your contributions are becoming increasingly difficult to overlook, and that quiet recognition carries lasting value. Still, not everyone will respond to your progress with genuine enthusiasm. In many professional environments, another person's growth can unintentionally remind others of the opportunities they've neglected themselves. If criticism, subtle comparisons, or well-disguised skepticism arise, resist the urge to justify every decision. Your greatest strength today lies in maintaining grace under pressure. Diplomacy and quiet confidence can exist alongside healthy boundaries, proving that kindness and firmness are not opposites but partners. If you're currently searching for a new position, patience will serve you well. Administrative delays, multiple interviews, or negotiations that require several conversations may feel slow, yet each step helps place you in an environment that aligns more naturally with your values. An opportunity may begin to take shape through an unexpected introduction or a path you hadn't seriously considered before. Should you be thinking about launching your own business or expanding an existing project, today's energy favors thoughtful preparation, strategic planning, and decisions grounded in long-term vision rather than urgency. Financially, this period suggests a gradual but meaningful shift in perspective. The patterns that once encouraged scarcity, hesitation, or repeated disappointments are beginning to lose their influence as you develop greater trust in your own judgment. The symbolism of transformation points less towards sudden windfalls and more toward building lasting stability through wiser choices. What once appeared to be a closed door may quietly reveal itself as the beginning of a different, more rewarding path. Justice continues to echo throughout this reading, suggesting that previous efforts are moving toward fair recognition in their own time. Financial matters involving agreements, contracts, or important documents may begin progressing with greater clarity, allowing lingering uncertainty to settle. Rather than chasing every opportunity at once, focus your attention where your intuition consistently returns. Steady, intentional decisions have the greatest potential to create lasting security. As your confidence becomes more grounded, outside opinions gradually lose their ability to shape your direction. There is a growing sense that you're no longer measuring success by comparison, but by the peace that comes from living in alignment with your own values. This shift may also broaden your horizons through travel, collaborative projects, or experiences that introduce new perspectives. When patience guides your actions, abundance often develops quietly before it becomes visible. In matters of the heart, relationships begin to feel lighter after a period of emotional distance or uncertainty. Trust is rebuilt through honest conversations, mutual understanding, and the willingness to truly hear one another without rushing toward conclusions. You may notice that expressing your thoughts feels more natural than it has in quite some time, creating space for warmth to return through simple moments rather than dramatic gestures. Real intimacy often grows in these quiet exchanges, where sincerity replaces the need for perfection. If you're single, your presence may carry a quiet magnetism that others naturally notice. It isn't created by appearances alone, but by the calm confidence that comes from knowing yourself more deeply than before. Someone who has remained in your thoughts could feel closer than expected, perhaps through an ordinary conversation, a shared connection, or a moment that unfolds without forcing the outcome. Let curiosity lead rather than expectation. The most meaningful relationships often begin when both people have enough inner balance to meet one another with openness, honesty, and genuine interest. If someone has been quietly occupying your thoughts, the coming days may create opportunities for your paths to cross in ways that feel effortless rather than orchestrated. Instead of trying to control where the connection leads, allow yourself to enjoy the simple process of discovering another person one conversation at a time. A shared smile, a thoughtful message, or an invitation that seems ordinary at first could gradually reveal something much more meaningful. Relationships often deepen through genuine curiosity, not through pressure or the need for immediate certainty. If you're already getting to know someone, let honesty and emotional ease become the foundation of what grows between you. Small moments of laughter, comfortable silence, and sincere conversations can strengthen a bond far more than grand declarations ever could. Give each experience room to unfold at its own pace, trusting that real compatibility is built through mutual understanding and shared respect. The most lasting connections rarely arrive all at once. They develop naturally as both people begin to feel safe enough to be themselves. Within your family life, subtle but important changes may also be taking shape. Old expectations, inherited roles, or long-standing misunderstandings could begin to soften, making space for healthier ways of relating to one another. You may notice that conversations become more open, or that someone is finally ready to express feelings that have remained unspoken for a long time. Even small moments of understanding can begin healing patterns that have quietly echoed across generations. Your presence carries more influence than you may realize. By responding with patience, fairness, and compassion, you create an atmosphere where others feel more willing to listen and meet each other halfway. Not every adjustment will happen without discomfort, but temporary changes often prepare the ground for stronger relationships, built on trust rather than habit. As old emotional weight is gradually released, your family has an opportunity to move forward with greater closeness, mutual respect, and a renewed sense of support. Your personal energy also feels noticeably brighter during this period. Jupiter's expansive influence may encourage you to see possibilities where you once saw limitations, filling you with renewed optimism and the confidence to take thoughtful initiative. Doors that once appeared closed may begin opening through conversations, invitations, or choices you've been quietly preparing to make. The key is not simply recognizing these opportunities, but responding to them with intention. At the same time, balance remains your greatest ally. Enthusiasm is a gift, but if it turns into impatience or the need to force quick results, it can cloud the clarity you've worked so hard to cultivate. Resist the temptation to prove yourself in every discussion or to seek validation through having the final word. Your greatest strength lies in listening carefully, honoring different perspectives, and responding with calm confidence rather than reaction. The more centered you remain, the more naturally your influence grows. For those who are studying or preparing for important exams, this is an encouraging period for learning and steady progress. Your concentration may feel sharper, making it easier to absorb new ideas and connect information in meaningful ways. If you are applying to university or preparing for assessments, trust the consistent effort you invested over time. Success is likely to come not from last-minute pressure, but from the quiet confidence that develops when preparation, discipline, and self-belief begin working together. If you're moving through a season of learning, trust the progress you've already made and continue forward with confidence. Consistent effort has a quiet way of preparing you for opportunities that may be closer than they appear. As today's reading comes to a close, let's look at 3 zodiac signs whose energy may complement yours particularly well. First is Taurus. A Taurus may gently encourage you to slow down and notice what truly deserves your attention. Whether through an honest conversation, an unexpected act of kindness, or a shared experience that shifts your perspective, this connection may remind you that life's biggest insights often arrive through its smallest moments. If you take time to reflect on what stands out today, you may begin noticing meaningful patterns that had previously gone unseen. Next is Pisces. Their warmth and emotional openness can offer a comforting reminder that support often appears when you least expect it. An invitation, a spontaneous conversation, or simply spending time with someone whose optimism feels genuine may restore your confidence if you've recently been carrying too much on your own. Sometimes the greatest sense of security isn't knowing exactly what comes next. It's trusting that the right people will be there as the path continues to unfold. Finally, Gemini may bring an energy that encourages curiosity and fresh perspectives. Conversations with someone under this sign could inspire you to explore a new idea, revisit an opportunity you once overlooked, or take a small step outside your usual routine. Rather than pushing you toward dramatic change, this influence reminds you that growth often begins with a single decision to remain open to something unfamiliar. Libra, thank you for sharing these moments of reflection with me today. Remember that this reading is not here to predict your future with certainty or make choices on your behalf. Instead, let it serve as a collection of symbols and possibilities that encourage you to observe your own life with greater awareness, balance, and self-trust. If today's message resonated with you, I'd truly appreciate your support by leaving a like. And if you'd like to continue receiving daily astrology insights and tarot-inspired guidance, you're warmly invited to subscribe and turn on notifications so we can continue exploring these journeys together. Thank you again for your time, your openness, and your trust. May July 11th bring you clarity in your decisions, harmony in your relationships, and quiet confidence in every step you choose to take.